Hello, this is Quiet on the Set magazine, and now I'm sitting with sound engineer Dean West. He's actually been traveling across the country, helping different artists get on their feet, helping them as far as music presentation, and he just told me that he'll actually be going to an event called NAMM on Wednesday, where he'll be looking at different music instruments that's coming out. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Dean.
I am 30. Well, I'm not. I'm 48.
Oh,
I feel
okay.
30.
Okay.
I'm 48.
Okay.
Been married 25 years.
Okay.
I have 2 kids. Been in this business since I was 15. Got my first paycheck at 15. Been hooked ever since.
And so what was that for? What was that paycheck for?
I was doing a family project, recording in the studio. The engineer left for a minute, and while he was gone, he was wasting our time and our money. So I started the band recording, and when he came back, he was trying to figure out how it had gotten started, and found out I was the one that did it, and he hired me. I did the record, and I've been doing it ever since.
Okay, so which record was that?
It was a group called the Gospel Heirs, family group. Grandfather played the piano, uncle played the bass, uncle played the guitar, cousin sang.
Got it.
Yeah.
And so 15, you said 15 years old, you
Yep.
started, so that's been how many years now?
33.
About 33, okay.
Yeah.
And so another thing that's also 15 years is how long you've had this studio.
Yeah, we've been in this particular building for about 15 years, yeah.
Okay.
About 15 years.
And so you were just telling me that you don't even play instruments.
Don't play an
Which is
instrument.
rare.
Very
So
rare.
how are you able to, maneuver the music industry and become familiarized with, different sounds that, will resonate with different people? How do you do that?
The gift of hearing, actually, yeah. I listen with a lot of detail and things like that. And it's just like second nature. Second
So
nature,
did
yeah.
you go to school for music at all?
I went to a place called Center for Media Arts. When I got out of high school, I moved straight to New York City. There was no internet, so that lets you know how long ago it was. CDs were just coming out. And I found this place in New York called Center for Media Arts. And I went there for about 6 months. It was a short program, like a trade school kind of thing. But my professor, James Mason, still talk to him to this very day. He was very instrumental in me moving forward. And what he did was he gave me the best internships, told me to hang in there, and things would work out. And that's exactly what happened.
It worked out.
Yeah.
And so what has been your favorite experience so far? It could be as far as like working with music artists or even traveling experience.
I've had a lot of them, but my 2 favorites, because they're like, both would be at number 1, was Japan and Kenya.
And why is that?
Japan, I love their efficiency. They don't have gray areas in Japan. Everybody takes pride in their work. The person cleaning the hotel, the tech staff that I have to interact with, the musicians, stage hands. They're just really prideful people, no matter how big or small the task is. And very clean and just efficient. They don't waste time and they don't waste words. You know how in the States we'll say or
Yeah.
They don't have those kind of words, or we might say things like if they ask, are you going to do an interview today? And you go, I think they're coming, or something like that. With them, it's either they are or they are not.
Okay.
And then Kenya was just great because of the people. And if you haven't ever been to Africa, and when you're riding along and you see the billboards and everybody looks like you on the advertisements and all that stuff, that's what makes it
Have
exciting.
you been to a concert in Kenya?
I did a concert. I was on a
you
tour
did?
with Kurt Whalen, saxophone player, and Gerald Albright.
Wow.
Oh, Norman Brown, guitar player, good friend of mine. Yeah, he was there too.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the Gospel According to Jazz Christmas.
And so how long ago was that?
That was just about 6 months ago, 8 months ago.
Okay.
It's real fresh.
I was just actually watching a concert by the R&B singer Joe, and he was out in Kenya, and I was like, they actually know American music more than I would think they do.
They're very detailed. They know all the lyrics, even if they don't speak English. Somehow the music translates to them, and that's the power of the music. And it's my job to make sure they can hear what they hear on the records live.
So it won't be like Mariah Carey rendition.
Did you say that? Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, hey.
It is what it is, right?
It is what it is.
Yeah.
So, well, what kind of advice would you give to someone? You say you started at 15. There may be some people 15 or even younger or even older than 15 trying to figure out how they can get into the industry as a sound engineer. I know you have more of a natural gift.
Yes.
But what kind of, I guess, resources or tips would you give somebody?
Now it's really great because you can travel the world and get information without going anywhere. But the trick is to go. Don't just do it in the box on the computer. I always use this thing called sell out for your craft. And what I mean by that is a good friend of mine, Vincent Griggs, he owns VSG Solutions. We're friends, been working together for a long time. He brought that to my attention one day. He said, man, we sell out for our craft. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? He said, when it gets slow and it gets tough, we can't pay our bills. We don't go work at the post office, nothing against the post office.
Yeah.
We don't go get a job. We learn more about our craft, try to reinvent ourselves in our craft, and make it work.
Okay, so be a sellout for the music.
Be a sellout for whatever it is that you're doing.
All right.
Yeah. My grandparents used to say, don't put all your eggs in one basket.
What you think?
It worked for me. It worked for me because if you're going to do it, it takes time. You have to be the best at it. And the only way to be the best is to spend time in it and around people that are better than you.
Got it. Yeah. Always surround with the smarter people.
Yeah.
So it seems that your grandmother was kind of an inspiration. Was there someone else that was?
My grandfather, her husband, he played music. And my dad, he was a drummer. Actually, the whole family in terms of music.
So you had a little Jackson 5?
Little bit, yeah, a little bit. Except I didn't get the singing and the playing.
Okay.
But what happened is my house was the rehearsal space. So as a kid, hearing them rehearse, that's why I'm able to hear the things that I hear. Because I've been falling asleep to it and listening to it for a long time.
Falling asleep to it.
Yeah, because
falling asleep in church to the music, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
So what are some different odd jobs you were saying? How some people may give up. They, in order to propel themselves in the industry, they won't just take on things that really have to do with music. Have there been any odd jobs that you've
Absolutely.
What were
But
they?
in the same vein, dating myself again, there used to be a company called Hex, which is now Macy's.
Oh, okay.
Well, back then, Hex used to have a television stereo department. I needed a job. So I went and applied, and I said I would only work in the electronics department because that was the closest thing to me doing what I do.
Okay. And
Yeah,
so
that was an odd job. I remember that job like it was yesterday. Miss Hawkins was my supervisor. I moved to someone else's house to sleep on the floor so that I could walk to work because I didn't have a car.
And you did that for how long?
I did that for about 2 years. Yeah, 2 years.
Whoa.
And then I went to Waxy Maxy's. It was a record store. And I worked there. They were next door to each other. So I would go to Waxy Maxy's, work at the record store, and then go to Hex.
Got it.
Yeah.
Wow. So is there anything in particular that, your brand or your legacy, tell us a little bit about, what is it?
GDIC.
Yeah, tell us about that and how do you want to be remembered?
I want to be remembered as someone that cares about the music. That's it. And did everything that I could do on my side with my craft to make sure the artist's message is related or translated when people when they hear their stuff.
Got it. So how can people follow you online or on social media?
First they can go to my website. It's gogdic.com. And then the Twitter is just at gogdic. Facebook, same thing.
You had recently did sound engineering for the opening of the African American Museum.
Yes.
Back in early fall. Can you give us
something
what
about
your
that?
experience was like?
My experience with that, I was sitting at home minding my business, and what I did was I got a phone call from a gentleman that didn't know I did what I do until I did it at, I work for a lady named Keiko Matsui from Japan.
Oh, okay.
And we mixed the show at Meriwether Post here in D.C. And the gentleman was there, so he called me to mix at the opening of the African American Museum. And I got to see the museum for 4 days without a crowd.
Was that what was right, let's see, on the side of the museum back they were giving out some bags?
We actually started doing the concerts that week inside, in the lobby.
Oh, okay.
And what happened, I was scheduled to do the opening outside, but I had already committed to a tour.
Okay.
And it left on that Saturday.
Got
So
it.
they were a little bummed about the fact that I wasn't going to be there for that. But they hired me anyway. And,
That's good.
yeah.
Who did you work with that weekend? What
I
artists?
worked with Patti LaBelle, Quincy Jones was there, Spur of the Moment, Mesa, who I really love from Baltimore, great singer. It was so many people. It was like a who's who in the industry. So they all touched the stage at some point, and I was able to do what I do. Yeah. Yep.
All right, and so just the last thing to follow up on what you will be doing in the coming months, days, years. Is there anything in particular that we could be looking out for in the future?
I'm going to be doing a really cool thing at NAMM this year. I'm going to be working with Teddy Riley. I'm going to be working with Layla Hathaway there. Spur of the Moment will be there again. Gloria Gaynor. You remember Gloria Gaynor? She did the song. She did the song. Oh man, I just lost it. But yeah, she had a disco song out.
Okay.
And she'll be there, and it's just that's the most recent thing that's what's coming up.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you said you can learn about that on your social media and everything.
On my social media, and look out for GDIC TV. There'll be some stuff.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So will
some
that be
stuff
on YouTube or is that?
It'll be on YouTube. It'll be on my social media, all of my social media outlets, and the website. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Nice.
you'll be able to find it.
All right. Well, thank you again.
Thank you.
And that's all I have for you. We just wrapping up with Dean West, sound engineer. We're live in the studio right now, and we'll be closing out. You can learn more about Quiet on the Set magazine at www.quietonthesetmagazine.com. You can also learn about Dean West music at gdic.com and also on his social media. Thank you for your time, and look out for us on our next segment. Thank you.